Welcome to our first IELTS session. So today's topic is, some people say that education system is the only critical factor to development of a country. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So here we need to create an introduction. To create an introduction, we divide this thing into three parts. We write three sentences. The first sentence is called the most important part of a national development. Or we can write something like, education is the backbone of a nation. Okay, so it's kind of like a simple sentence. So either you can write something like this or something like that. It depends on you. So the first sentence is kind of pretty easy. You don't really have to think a complex sentence. But for the second sentence, you need to create a thesis statement. So the thesis statement should combine all the keywords. So it has like education system, critical factor, development of a country. So you need to combine all these keywords to create a complex system. So complex sentence, and if you can't combine everything, just try to create sentence with these factors, these keywords, and just add them with and it will automatically will become a compound sentence. And if that is not possible, you can paraphrase this one. So this would be the last option, paraphrasing it. Okay. So let's try using something unique, not paraphrasing. Paraphrasing would be the last option. So here we have used education. Now it's critical factor or not. We'll just say something. So of a country. Okay, so here we have combined most of our keywords and created a sentence here. So we have education, and we have like critical factor is like vital role, and we have development of a country. So this development of a country, we can change it. So if we delete this line, here we can say advancement of a nation. So it is something different from this sentence. Okay, using the same vocabulary over and over again is somewhat not good. So here, instead of nation, we can say of any state. Now, the third sentence will create, it's an opinion or extension. So here you can say a neutral opinion, or you can give your opinion. So saying something neutral is better. So you can write something. Now, I will discuss in detail and formulate my opinion. Okay, so now if we combine all this sentence, so this has become our introduction for this topic. Education is the backbone of a nation or any state. Many people believe that education plays a vital role in socio-economic and sustainable advancement of a nation, or we can use a society or a community. So we can like use different kind of vocabulary. And now I'll discuss in detail and formulate my opinion. You can say that in the following portion, or you can up to that point, or you can say your opinion there. So it's not like mandatory that you have to give your opinion early in the beginning. It's better to give your opinion at the end. Okay, now you have to create some idea about this. How education system is the critical factor to development. Okay, so now we'll create something like pros and cons. So if we insert a box, so what are the pros? How education is the critical factor to development. Okay, so education, what education brings? Education gives us skills and knowledge. So skills. So you can say development of skills. What are the other things education can give us? It can give us new ideas. So new ideas. Or we can say innovative ideas or thoughts. With that, we develop new things, we invent things. And what are the other things education can give us? Awareness. It can develop our awareness, or it ultimately gives us the power to better utilize our resources. Normally 3 to 4 points is good enough. Okay, so we have 3 points in support of education playing the critical factor to development. So what are the things that goes against education? So maybe you are thinking there is no factor that is going against education. Okay. There are many other factors that can go against education. So a nation can develop without education by means of their natural resource. So like natural resources are very, very important. And there are some other countries, because of their geographical position, they can earn a lot of money through just utilizing their position. Suppose a country like Maldives. It's an island nation. It has unique natural beauty, so they can utilize that geographical position to attract more tourists and earn money. Or if you look at the countries like Mexico, it has borders with the United States, the most affluent nation, so they can easily go into the United States and work, and then they can earn money. So geographical position is also important for the development. Because if your geographical position is bad, then it's very difficult to develop a nation. Suppose parts of like Siberia, where you have freezing weather all the time, it's very difficult to do any sort of development there. So here we see it's like more points we find in favor of education, and there are few points against education. So we'll maybe go in favor of this one. Okay, now we need to construct our main body. So when we construct our main body, we first introduce the topic and then explain it and then give an idea or example about it, how it is relevant with our topic. So how education or development of skills can connect to development of a nation. Just simply writing education gives us skills, skills can develop a country, this is not gonna work. So you have to explain how it works. So suppose, and for every point we should use a connector. Connector is really good. It gives an idea, it gives a clear idea. When the examiner reads it, he or she would be able to understand what you are trying to say. So you can say to begin with, or to start with. To begin with, education develops skills. Which ensures better productivity and expedite the progress of a society. Okay, so that means skilled people can be more productive than the unskilled people. So here we can explain that thing. Skilled people can work more efficiently and can produce more output. Which is absolutely essential for a competitive globalized world. Okay, which is absolutely essential for a nation to survive in a competitive globalized world. Good education system nurture talent and helps people to become more innovative and come up with unique ideas. or that plays them to a leading role. For instance, the United States, so they have the most advanced education system. So the United States, solely because of advanced education system, is continuously inventing new technologies, bring forth new ideas like Facebook, Google, Microsoft, and taken the full control of world economy. Okay, now the third idea is about awareness, or better utilize our resources. resource. Okay, so that has become a very long paragraph. So normally should not write long like this. So it's already like 223. So I'm just making things like bigger so that you can understand that how you should think, but you should not write like this. You will always run out of time, and just make things short. So the thing is, like, whenever you write your idea, just place your idea first and try to explain with another sentence what is your idea and give an example. Okay, now we should write something contrary to your opinion. So this is something you said something about education being good. Now we say something, without education we can bring progress, okay, or development. So we can say, on the other hand, natural resources can play an important role in the development process. To build anything, or for industrialization, we need resources, especially oil and mineral. It's like, if you want to industrialize, you will need energy, and mostly energy comes from using fossil fuel, oil. And to build, you need minerals like iron, copper. So these things really play a vital role in every industry. Without this thing, you cannot build buildings or other things. So you need to build your infrastructure, you need natural resource like minerals, and for the energy you need oil. So this natural resource plays a vital role. So here we can say again, so we can say, namely, the countries like UAE, and many other Middle Eastern countries have developed themselves by virtue of natural resources. Okay. So there is another point we have, geographical position. So here we can Maldives as an island nation can attract more tourists for its unique location. Okay, so we are done here. So you see the whole thing, if we count the lines and the words, it's already 317 words, so it's very big. So in IELTS, I would not recommend you to write so long. So here, maybe you put two ideas. If we delete one of the ideas, then it would be more like a sound essay, because otherwise you might be running out of time. Okay, so now we come to the concluding part. So here we see more ideas are supporting that education is playing the crucial part in development of a nation. So in conclusion, you can say prosperity, we can say. Okay, so you can write something about prosperity. So in conclusion, it is desirable that education is the most important element to ensure prosperity of a nation. This is why we should focus on betterment of our education system, and thereby solidify our country's socio-economic condition. Okay, so the conclusion, you can write 2 lines, 2 sentences, or 3 sentences. So for better writing, you need to create range of sentences. So okay, so here we are. For IELTS writing, you need to create simple sentences, complex, compound, all sorts of sentence structures you have to write, and you need to use variety of vocabularies. Try to avoid the same word over and over again, and always try to write like in a complex or compound sentence, give example, and whenever you're writing the main body, put your idea, try to explain them, and then provide an example. So in IELTS writing, you should have an introduction, the main body. In main body, we should discuss both the parts. So here it says agree, disagree. So here we are saying that yes, education plays an important part. You don't really have to say I totally agree or I totally disagree. Or you can say something like that. So you can say that it is discernible that there are more elements to agree than disagree, and education is the simple most. You can say something like IELTS writing. So you need to write at least 250 words. You'll have approximately 40 minutes. and you should produce an introduction. In introduction, we have 3 sentences, a simple statement, and then we create a thesis statement with the keywords, combining all these keywords or paraphrasing this topic sentence. And then we are saying on the third line, saying something about like formulating an opinion, or you can give your opinion directly, but it's better not to just give your opinion directly there, because you might change your mind in later when you are writing. So it's better to give your opinion at the very end. However, there are many other styles where how you can write IELTS writing. So it's not the only one style. So there are another critical factor that you can write everything and explaining that everything is important and nothing can be overlooked or something like that. So you can take a middle position, and at the end you can say that both the elements are like evenly poised, and it's very difficult to decide which one is better than the others. So it's something they call sitting on a fence. So you're not exactly or directly taking any side. So that is another style you can write.